Okay, everybody. Guess I'm going to discuss maybe a possible touchy subject. I got a question. Why don't we take adultery more seriously? Why do we think it's okay to do what you want when you feel like it feels right or it just feels good? Sex is supposed to be something that you're supposed to share with a person of the opposite sex. During matrimony. It's not something you just freely just go around just doing. Well, if you're married, doing with somebody else, if you're married, I understand people get unhappy. Well, if you get unhappy, it's not going to be God's not going to uphold you just for leaving because you're unhappy. Look, I had a cheating father growing up, a cheating dad. My daddy had a wandering eye. Once he did it the first time, and Mama didn't leave him the first time. It's like it's a drug. You want to continue to do it to get that same high. And you're figuring, well, what does it matter? I've got somebody, they're not going to leave me regardless. They don't want to leave me. Of course, Mama, she didn't work anyway, so Daddy was the sole provider my entire life. Well, no, I take that back. She did work once. I don't know how long it was for, but she did work once. But, look, I'm telling you that because I kind of have a little bit of background in the whole subject. I've never done it to my wife. September will be 25 years for us. Have I had opportunities? Oh, yeah. Have I been proposed to for it? Oh, yeah. And some of them's been right in front of my wife. That's how bold these women were, or girls. I kind of have a little bit of authority on this topic. I know there's a lot of us that do. There's a lot of us that do. But how can you not take it as a serious offense if you go to do it? God said it's wrong. And that's the only reason that your spouse can put you away, which means can divorce you, leave you. But I don't understand why a lot of you want to, talk your wife into bringing another woman into the scene, or she wants to talk you into bringing another man into the scene. Or going to an adult theater and getting involved in whatever action's going on. That's why I did the video opinions versus facts first. Because it's not an opinion that's wrong. God said it was wrong. I know you're probably going to debate that. Well, who says, God's even real? Who says, that His word wasn't written by somebody else? It was. No one ever said it wasn't. No one ever said it wasn't written by anybody else. God used certain men at different times and some women. and use them as a vessel for his sake, to accomplish his goal, for his glory, so that we might understand better. And there's no reason why you shouldn't might understand anything about the Bible. The Bible's pretty straightforward. It means what it says and says what it means. People want to do different translations because they don't want to accept what's being originally said. And I know the King James Version is another translation, but it's one of the closest translations that we will ever come to being verbatim. Everything else, it's what somebody wanted to put in there to make them feel better about their sinful life. The Bible says that it's so easy salvation is so easy to understand that it's so simple. It's so simple that even a child can understand. So why do we have to? And this was long before all these other translations came out. So why do we have to have all these extra translations? Because people don't want to accept that they're wrong, that they're doing wrong, that they're living wrong. Adultery is no joke. It's like doing it. It's like being a drug addict. It wrecks your home. It wrecks your family. You get that scorn on you. It don't make you any more of a man or a woman. Really, if it's the man, it makes you a coward because you're not trying to fix your marriage. Or maybe you gave it a couple attempts at a therapist session, once or twice, and you just gave up because it wasn't significant enough to you. If that's the case, you never wanted to fix it to start with. And if you're a woman and you're committing it, you just wanted to be a slut. You probably were once a slut before you got married, and that's why he married you, because he was getting it as much as what he could. And then he got married and you had kids, and you both the thrill's gone. The thrill was gone away. And you weren't getting the attention, so you fell into somebody else's arms. Or you didn't fall into anybody's arms, you just wham bam thank you ma'am, wherever you were at when it happened. Committing adultery means you have no respect for yourself nor the people who it's going to affect. All you care about is your needs or your wants. You're being greedy. You're being selfish. You're being disrespectful. You're being mainly disrespectful to yourself, to your own body. Your body, that's not your body. That's Christ's body. If you've been born again, that's His body that you're disgracing. That's His body that you're allowing a demon to try to possess. That's His body that you're being vulgar to. If you want to be a freak with your spouse. If they aren't interested in being a freak, then I'm so sorry. That's no excuse, though. Make sure up front discuss this while you're dating and it's starting to show seriousness before you accept the ring or before you give the ring. Make sure that question this person out of everything that you expect out of your ideal marriage, as long as it is approved and goes along with God's standards. Ask them these questions. Don't wait till after the marriage and just assume that they're just going to do it because you're their spouse. That's not how it works. You're assuming. You know what they say when you assume? You make an ass out of you and the other person. Ask questions. Make sure you're both on the same page. Well, why would you not ask questions about sex? How your sex life is going to be? What they'd be willing to do or be willing to at least try to do. You ask questions about, you discuss having kids first. You discuss, the kind of house you want, where you want, about how you want to live, the type of home, the type of vehicles. Hell, some of you can go as far as discussing the type of pets. If you're going to put your career before kids, or you're going to not worry about it, and just while you're working on your career, also trying to have a kid. So if you're going to discuss all that, it pretty much seems like a no-brainer to me. You would also bring up the sex life, and then you'll know right then and there that this is or is not the person I should choose, because my ideas are different than theirs. My willingness is different than theirs. And then you don't have to worry about marrying the wrong person. Don't base your whole decision on just the sex life, though, if you disagree with where they're coming from, with their viewpoint. But yeah, you should ask all those questions, including that one. Because that's a very major deal breaker. Because that leads to the two things that usually lead to divorce. The main two things. Lack of sex and lack of money. Either because you've told her she can't be spending so much, or she told you couldn't be spending so much. Or your work's slow and the money's not coming in, and she believes her wants or her needs when they're really not. They're just her wants. She's confused about what a need truly is, and it can happen with the guy too. And I'm only if you'll notice and pay attention, I'm only speaking on male and female relationships. Man and wife. Excuse me if I'm stuttering a little bit too much. My thoughts are coming quicker than I'm getting them out. My thoughts are just rolling right this second. It usually doesn't do it this way. I've already got my thoughts already planned. But if you'll notice, I'm only saying man and wife, man and woman. Man and wife, I'm referring to the wife as a woman. Why do you think that is? Because you should know better. Do what you want to do. Live the life you want to live. If you want to go off of your feel goods, whatever. God's going to get you. When you start committing adultery, when you actually even just start, how can I put this? when you actually just start entertaining the idea and thinking about it, God automatically right then and there starts to get you. You notice in your life at that point, things start getting worse. He doesn't do it. He just kind of steps back and lets the devil get a hold of you so that you'll turn back to him. So the devil gets a hold of you and starts messing with you, starts messing with your life, making you see and believe things that aren't even really there or true. Creates misunderstandings. The devil's the artist of confusion. He's the master of confusion. Master. So, I don't know how much more clear cut I can be about it. It ruins your home life. It ruins your life with your wife. It ruins the relationship you have with your kids. I should have said relationship instead of life. It ruins the relationship with your wife, your kids. Nobody believes they can trust you anymore. Because like the old saying goes, once a cheat, always a cheat. And that's typically how it works. Occasionally you get that guy or girl that proves that stereotype wrong. But not often. And if he or she does agree to keep you and not put you away, consider yourself strongly blessed and learn from it the first time, because you might not get a second chance. You may not get a second chance, or if you want to call it a third chance, however you want to say it. You may not get another go. You may not get another round of the Monopoly board. Okay? You're lucky you didn't pull the card that says go to jail, go directly to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. You're lucky. You're highly blessed. And you ought to be thanking God for that blessing. Because you damn sure don't deserve it. I guess that's it for right now. Here's some factual advice. Take adultery seriously. Even if you've never thought about it, take it seriously. Fornication is a very serious sin. Because you're having sex with somebody you're not married to. You're having sex with somebody that God did not give his blessing nor bonded you with. Take it seriously. And if you've already committed it and you have your justifications, only thing I can tell you to do is go take them up with God. I promise you, he ain't going to buy it. He's going to say, okay, that's fine, my son or my daughter, but you're still wrong. You know, who are you trying to convince, me or yourself? Because I ain't buying is what he's going to say. Doesn't matter what your situation was, you still didn't have that right. If everything's that bad and therapy's not helping, and if therapy with God is not helping, if God's not helping, or you two just don't want to open your ears, you'd rather open your mouth, then I guess you just do which, I mean, fine, go file divorce. Do it the right way. File for divorce, wait till the divorce is finalized, then put yourself back on the market. Other than that, any other way, it's a sin and it's wrong. Now, I know, there's other sins out there. No sin's greater than the other than the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. But still, I wouldn't want to add an extra tally to my list. I wouldn't want an extra tally on God's list against me. That'd be crazy. So anyway, we're 21 minutes in. I'm going to let you go. I got another one to do. I may do like I did last night and do two and then upload them both. I may start uploading this one and then start on the other one. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, there's not going to be any work to do tomorrow. It's too wet. We got more rain coming in. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Stay dry. God bless. And we'll talk to you later.